Well, obviously every director has his ups and downs. I mean, I am a success now, but there was a time where I could have been fooled. And I had someone approach me with an idea. They said, Derek, I've got your next documentary or film. I said, well, hit me. And he said, I know a boy who can float between walls. Like that. And I said, no. You're jerking me off, aren't you? You're jerking me off. And he said, no. Why would I jerk you off about a boy who could float? And I said, right. Well, let me meet him. And he said, he'll only meet you if you promise to make a documentary about him.
So, Dominic, or Dom, when did you first realise you could float between walls, small walls?
Well, it's hard to explain, you know. Left to right can usually do it best, but most of the time I dabble in just bricklaying, you know, just the left to the rights of bricks, and the way that they're constructed, it's just phantom.
Phantom, is that some sort of street slang word for...
Hi, Mum. Alright, I'm just out shooting a documentary for Walls, okay? Okay, bye. Sorry.
Does your mother know about your hobby? Is she proud?
She supports me, but I don't think she knows what it actually entails.
What, floating between walls?
Well, it's not between, it's the wall's there. You might not see it, but it is. I don't float, I just knee it.
I dropped all my plans with the cat documentary and I went for it. So I met him and I had to sign a contract to the effect of me meeting him, thus making the documentary. I met him and obviously he didn't show me the floating thing when I first met him. He said, you wait, I will show you when we make this film. And that genuinely did get me quite excited. I mean, why wouldn't I be excited? This is a person who could literally float. I mean, in my mind, apparently he could float between walls. Why wouldn't I want to make a film about him? Why wouldn't I?
So, how long have you been floating between walls? Or hovering, whatever you want to call it?
Nah, joking. I was 6. I remember the day because I was practicing it because one of my second cousins can do it, John. And I was trying, and you know, as you can see, I'm falling over a lot. These are the jeans I first learned in when I was 6, and they're still fucking baggy. But you know, that's what it's like growing up in New York. Okay, well, as you said, I'm Johnny. Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm the boy who can float's cousin, as it were. He came over to New York. That's where I was situated at the time. I was around 14 then. He came over when he was 6, and a couple of years had gone past, and I'd learned some things on the computer, editing wise, and I showed him this thing, and well, I could float on there, and he wanted me to show him a few things, so I showed him. And before I knew it, a few weeks had gone past. He was better than me. I don't know if you know at home, but there's a wall here. I can float over it. I don't know if you just saw that. I just floated over it. So,
No,
but yeah,
I can do that too. Look. I didn't see you jump. You do it again.
You didn't. Like. Did you not?
No, you didn't jump. So is it the kind of thing that anyone can do, given the proper amount of time and lessons and commitment?
Well, I learnt.
Well, but did you learn, or did you just find out you could do it?
Yeah. So a few years later, now he moved back over to the UK, and I don't think it was his fault. He was just doing what he thought was best, but to that director guy, God, it must have been mayhem for him. I mean, I learned that I could do it. It's not easy. It's not hard either, but.
So do you think you could teach me to do it? Now?
If you want, if you can. I can't help you if you can't,
Well, I don't know whether I can. Can I?
I don't know.
Can I have a go?
Yeah.
What would I do if I saw him again? Well, I thought about this, and it's quite a simple solution in my mind. Anyway, this works for me. I'd quite simply ignore him.
Okay, so this is the wall we're going to start on. So if you could just give me.
It's a bit big to start on.
Right. Okay, so don't be scared. Just literally, you step off, but you sort of. It is there.
This is ridiculous, isn't it? This is too small.
You nearly done it. Okay, so we're going to use this little puppy here as a wall.
Right.
I need obviously a hand up, so if you could just help me. No. No, wait. Okay. Sit down. Facing this way. Sorry. Okay. Yes. No. Facing that one. Sit down. Sorry. And put your hands here. And then lift up your body. Put your hands down and lift your body up. Your legs. No, sorry. Lift your... Yeah. Okay. Right, okay. I can hate heights. Okay, so yeah. You've got your wall, and then you've got your wall. The phantom wall.
So here, this from there to over there is the phantom wall.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't see it yet. You obviously got a lot to learn. Yeah, I mean you just step off.
So that was, you weren't trying to do it that time. You were just showing me how to step off.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
You saw you can fucking step off there, but hopefully here it'll be much easier. So if we can just.
What do you want me to turn out the way? So you're actually gonna get across the wall now.
No, I'm going to walk across the phantom wall.
Right. Okay. You're in your own time, I guess.
Mate. Smell that? That was my quickest one ever.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so did you see how I did that? Do you want to have your go now? Or again? Do you want me to try?
You didn't actually. You went on the floor.
What? No.
No, I'll show you what you did. You were on the wall. You went down and you just ran up there.
Well, what? I was on the wall then.
No, you were on
You
the
just
wall.
said you was
and
on the wall.
You got off the wall.
I was on the wall.
You weren't on the phantom wall.
It's a fucking phantom wall.
You just jumped off there and ran over there.
Eh? What?
So you can float between walls, yeah?
No.
Well, how come I saw you floating earlier?
Fucking effects.
I was made a mockery of by him. It was an effect. It was a fucking effect. I mean, what kind of immaturity level of a... I don't know how old... He must have been in his early 20s. What kind of man in his 20s says, it was a fucking effect? I mean, really?
Effects?
What a fucking idiot.
You're fucking wasting my time.
No, I'm not.
You fucking prick. Wasting my bloody time.
Do you think that he was just in what he did to the British director? I mean, it was obviously not fair what he did.
He was very just. He was very just. He, you know, Hey, I'm his older cousin Johnny. What do I know, man? You know, I live in America, and you know, I'm pretty cool. But I don't know. He's a young boy. He had his whole life ahead of him. You know, God rest his soul. He's not dead, but... Rick! You know, thanks for your time, thanks for this. This was great. It will be a great help to us. So thank you.
No problem. Next question.